Whenever the pendulum swings is when post-commentary is going to appear. Now on with the video. Good morning, mademoiselles and monsieur, Mystery Man 64 at your service, and I have been waiting for this one. Welcome to Pikmin. Yes. Let's see here. What is it? Is it minus an A? Or is it just minus? No, you're thinking of the second game where you can do a thing. Minus and B? And welcome back to the Post Commentary Podcast. Minus and Z? No, it's the second one. Okay. I'm trying to do a thing, or maybe that's the second one. You can spawn in on the title screen if you hold a certain button combinations. A couple of the entities of the game. Flint Beetle and Bulborb, and it's the second. Let's, of course, look at the options first. Stereo. No, not what I want. Clearly. What do you want me? Rumble, we want off. Because I don't have Rumble. I'll be playing a Pikmin. I'm just letting this roll because this is probably going to be the end card. This is a different one. Ignore that. Don't worry about it. Haha. Every time that comes up. Did I do that? I guess I tried it once. Oh my. But, yeah. A whole new series of Pikmin. Space. The final frontier. Yes, a singular ship goes good. Yeah, through space. Oh no! My greatest enemy, an easily avoidable, slowly moving space rock. Whatever will we do? Curse you, slowly moving space rock! Foiled again! Curse you, easily avoidable, slowly moving space rock! Seriously, that is the world's most easily avoidable space rock. He had all the time in the world to avoid it. He ran into that on purpose. There's just no other way. The impact site. Olimar survives this. Somehow. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet with so many parts lost. The skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin, cough cough, is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. I don't know what I'll make Olimar. Part of me thought of doing Drill Sergeant Olimar. Because you get to control armies of things. For those of you who are not familiar with this wonderful game. Oh, and I finally gotten my capture card to work. So 3 will be eventually down the line. 2 and 3. Well, sometime later. I will, of course, get to the rest. Because I enjoy the Pikmin games a lot. They are very niche games. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin, cough cough, by then, no. Better not think about it. I must find the ship parts. What coughing? There is no coughing. What dolphin? I have no idea what you're talking about. Ha 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 ha. Okay, interesting. That's the camera.
You don't have access to it yet.
Nah, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. This doesn't seem to be doing anything.
You need to run into a thing first for camera control.
Well, X is the map. I'm trying to learn the controls that go, apparently.
Because you played the Wii version and not the GameCube.
I guess there is no camera, so I guess we'll just run around until we see something of
Also,
interest.
oh, you poor sweet summer child. Oh, this is gonna date it, but you have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. None. Of this game.
A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. And then dropped a single seed? What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? Resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too.
Layers.
Okay, so let's zoom in. Okay, so R is wherever Olimar is facing. So he will face wherever the cursor is. Okay, good. So it's kind of like you move and the cursor moves with you. Okay. Okay, because there are two versions. I'm on the GameCube version just because I thought it would be easier to record than the Wii one. I did do the Wii one
Originally.
but this is day one. Now, day one is tutorial day. So there's
Infinite time.
is there no active camera? Can I not use the C stick in any way? Oh, so it's R. It's the main camera. Interesting, but okay. But I don't have my timer with me because, well, this game has a built-in timer. Except for the first day.
Well, we'll need our timers for the next one.
Seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light that sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press Ah! We shall press the Ah button.
Well, now you can actually do because now we have a limiter on, which works.
Hello there. Hello there. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage, it just standing there, menacingly. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Roll credits. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to the C and the as well. I will switch between mouth noises and the actual buttons. The holding controls appear to allow me several viewpoints. L, rotate camera. Hold to follow the cursor. R, zoom in and out. These change angle. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings.
Those are your controls, basically. Yeah, there's no easy camera.
I prefer this.
Yeah, there's no look around camera control, unfortunately.
But yeah, on day one, you have all the time in the world. So feel free to take your time and familiarize with the controls on this first day. So, we have here a thing, so let's throw it at it. If you throw it right at the top of it, it will instantly break. These are what is known as pellet posies.
Because it's a flower, it's a posy with a pellet in it. It's pretty self-explanatory to a extent.
Astonishing. The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be some sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more.
Yeah, the C-stick is used to order Pikmin around. Like, you can use the C-stick to make them go around you.
So the C-stick
So we'll explain. Controls the Pikmin on which way it'll go. So I'm rotating the Pikmin around the C stick. Yeah, already 4 parallel universes ahead of you, Baird. Oh, first day, Bird. It's pretty simple enough, buddy. You know what I mean. Even future me can't English properly. So I guess all we'll do is look around for pellet posies then. There are none up there, bud. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any over there. What about up here? There is a maximum number of Pikmin you can get today, if you were so inclined. So let's see if I can toss one. Now, here's how the pellets work. Of course, they have numbers on them. That's how many A Pikmin is needed to carry it, and B, typically how many Pikmin will sprout from said thing. Unless... So here's how they work. If you take 1 pellets, and I think specifically 1 pellets, they will produce double Pikmin. I think any other type won't really do anything. So like if I got that 5, it won't produce like 10 or 7. It will just produce 5. But 1 pellets, if you take them back to the corresponding onion, they will produce an extra number. And if you're near an onion with Pikmin to pluck, if you keep mashing A, you can keep plucking more. I believe, if memory serves, the maximum number of Pikmin you can have on day 1 is 25. So here's me using the C-stick. If you use a C-stick near something, they'll just go around it in a circle, so... I should have 7 more Pikmin, have 14 out on the field after these 2, if I'm correct. Because this will produce... So, 7, 8, 9, plus 5. Yeah, 14. So, the B button whistles Pikmin back to you. See, 14. The 1 gave you 2, but the 5 just gives you 5. So, anything higher than 1 won't give you any bonus Pikmin, regardless of what onion you take it to. A 5 will always give you 5, regardless of color. It's only the ones that can produce an extra, so just keep that in mind. Which is very strange. I wish the others would give you, like, maybe a 50% bonus rounded. Now, if I threw some Pikmin on top of the box, they would be floating in midair while the box is moving. That's just a fun little nothing thing you can do. And now you'll try to figure out how to lie down for like a solid 3 minutes. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I have learned of the Pikmin conduct. Approach and press A to pick sprouts. Press A to grab Pikmin. Release to throw. Press B to call them. X to dismiss. And C to command and control the group. L, R, and Z control perspective, and I shall record all of this in my computer. I can press Y to access the computer. So, this is our little Y. It tells you how many Pikmin are with you, how many Pikmin are in the onion, and how many are just on the field, I think? As you can see, it's the L and R triggers. I thought it was left and right on the stick. Nope. The L and R buttons. Okay. So yeah. So you can press X to dismiss. Because as you can see, we have an Ami. And what's this? And you'll constantly be complaining that you can't switch out Pikmin easily.
Amazing. There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. How convenient. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? Insert cough.
We get it. Or at least I get it. I know. I ain't saying why. For reasons, just in case. Now you can assign more Pikmin to a task. Usually when there's a number or something, typically you can have double the Pikmin assigned to it. So I'm gonna just dismiss all, and 10 should be able to carry that. Are there any more? I don't think there are. I think I might have collected them all. I hope I collected all the pellets. You did. You have all the Pikmin for this day. We know. I'll just do a quick little look around to make sure I haven't missed any. That's what you want. As many Pikmin as we can on this first day. You might as well get as many as you can. Yeah, there. So I should have 25. Yep. And here's 25. This is the maximum number of Pikmin you can get on this first day. And again, you can take as long as you want on this first day and this first day only. When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess she'll try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. Notice that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flushed with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Because as we can see, this one is nice and bright red, where these fellows are not. Fellows? But now you're gonna figure out how to lie down here once you get the part. So we're just mashing the A button. Now, typically, the more Pikmin you assign to a task, the faster they will get it done. The rule of thumb. Is it, it's down on the D-pad is what you're trying to do. And you didn't figure this out until the last episode. Or, not quite last, but the finale. And that's gonna date this post-commentary podcast. Oh yeah, do the first episode last for post-commentary. That's a great idea, me. Surely that won't be confusing. What is the... I'll figure it out. It's one of these. It's just down on the D-pad. I swear, how do... I'm trying to do a cool thing. You're trying to lie down because Pikmin will carry you back to the onion. And I wanted to show it off. And only until the finale did you figure out how to do it, because you had to look it up. I'll have to figure it out later. There's weird things you can do in this game with the button combos. I'll figure it out way later. So as you can see, we can have 25 on that part at once, and there are even still spots for more, but with 25 of them, that's the fastest we can get it to go. Now, if I really wanted to try to make this go fast, there's something else you can do. But on this first day, all you need is this part. And again, and as for recording purposes, I think it's just going to be 1 day per episode to make things more simplistic. So, you know, today is probably going to be maybe the longest or maybe the shortest. It's hard to tell. There's only one part here and you can take as long as you need, but every other day from here on out, there will be a timer now. There are 30 days. You are on a time limit. Oh, that's why this is so cool. Cool, it's one of those self-repairing ships. Kind of like a self-cleaning oven. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? The search starts tomorrow. And with that, I think that'll be nearing the end of this post-commentary podcast. Oh man, it's all downhill from here. Or at least certain parts. First game syndrome. That's all this version of future me has to say. And also maybe GameCube version. Oh man. 1 day since impact. I've somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I'm surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or if they merely decided to join me for other reasons. Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hocotate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the key to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. And future me, I'll see you in the next one. Until then. Then it shows you today's change in Pikmin population. So, parts remaining, days remaining. And that one is how many parts you currently have below the little onion, which shows you how many Pikmin is in that onion. Because it has a little red hue, that's the red onion. Because of course there's going to be more colors. Of course there's just more than one onion. And so, you see here, 30 whole days. I will try to show again. I know I said this before. This isn't the completionist channel. But I will be showing out everything in this game. Why is it that every game I have played, I specifically said, I know this isn't a completionist channel. But in this game, I'm going to be doing everything. This is the third one. Gosh, the second one is also going to be that. The one after this is also going to be that. At least the one after that isn't going to be a completionist. Because, man, that one's not fun to complete. Well, it's just tedious to complete. But it tells you how many parts are in an area. There's still another part here, but you can't get that until a little bit later, and I recommend not getting this until later. Now, if you were a speedrunner, this is a good game for you. You know? I am not that, but I will say, the fastest I have been able to do this has been within 15 days. Is that going to be how long this will be? No idea. It might. It might not. It might be longer. It might be shorter. I don't know. But with that, if you keep doing this, you can make the ship just do some fun things. But I think on next time we explore the Forest of Hope and we get to see what makes this game pretty cool. Until then.